Hi guys, buenas tardes, buenos días, buenas noches, no sé qué hora están viendo esto, pero bienvenidos de regreso a mi podcast PlaticAle. Hoy tengo de invitadas otra vez a mis hermanas
Natalie,
Dempsey. Y sí, bueno, hoy vamos a estar platicando de muchas diferentes cosas. Vamos a estar hablando de like how we grew up and what it was like growing up in our household and like having siblings, like us being Mexican, and just like all the different things, aspects that have to do with like growing up.
all the trauma. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. What's your best childhood memory?
Childhood memory?
I kind of have a lot.
I sorry.
Gracias a Dios. What's one? I remember coming, I don't know why, it's like a vivid memory that like whenever I think of it, like I can literally see it in my head. And I remember thinking to myself, like, oh, like, remember this. Like I took a screenshot in my mind, like a screen recording in my mind. And it was, Robert was in the front seat and then his friend, I don't want to say names, and then me and you were in the back seat. And we were coming back from a camping trip and we were all like singing and stuff. Or I don't know if we were coming back, but we were all in a car ride. Like, we were in my car. We were all
just like
singing.
remember that.
And I just remember so vividly, like thinking, remember this. This is like such a good memory.
Memory.
I was so little, and so like it was just fun hanging with the cool kids, with the older kids.
Yeah. No, honestly, yeah, también, like, I have, like, a lot of good memories también. I think the one that I can think of, like, very clearly, también vividly, como dijo ella, is, when we were, me and when I was, like, alive, and we went to the thrift store, and, like, I just vividly remember asking for an hombre, for, like, the bonito, and, like, the way she, like, literally ended up getting me that bonito, and, like, she made the old clothes. It was, like, a piece of trapito that she like sewed together, and I just remember like, when she like actually gave it to me, they all like laughed about it, how I wanted an hombre, but to me it felt good. Like I wanted cry. No, but yeah, I mean that's like the most vivid like memory that I can think of as like a little kid. A good memory.
Aww. Oh,
I know.
what about
Descansa en paz.
Dang.
Or like no R&B. No, like honestly, that even reminds me like to like the next memory, or like when both my nanas were here, like giving the Maxi, the dog, the chocolate flash.
Oh my god,
like,
that is
like,
such a funny memory.
Honestly, it's just crazy. Like, oh, okay, you know,
I remember seeing that
doesn't
too.
really like that. What?
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
was
Now
so
you bring
funny.
that up, it like reminds me of the time we went to the zoo. I was like maybe like 9 years old, and my grandma had come to visit. Me and my grandma, we were at the Phoenix Zoo, right? And you know, she's like walking, and I see like this plant hanging out of her bag. Like it's dragging.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like a little flower. It was a whole planta, like a long one.
I remember that.
And like she's walking out of nowhere, like someone stops her. Like, you know, like this dude, she doesn't speak English, and so this like dude, this worker, he's like, "Excuse me, ma'am," and she turns around with her bag, like holding it tight, like she knew. And next thing you know, he's like, "Oh, you can't take that home," and she goes, "What are you talking about?" Like, holding it like hiking out of her purse.
Oh,
I
That's so
remember that.
funny.
That's like
It's a fun memory.
I know. I feel like I have a lot of like good child. I feel like we
I
had a
have
good.
a lot, yeah.
I feel like we had a good
Yeah,
childhood. You know, because I feel like we have friends that we talk to, and they always say that they don't grow up going on trips.
no, yeah.
You know?
I agree, because like literally like our childhood friends, or like even when we were in high school or elementary, like we would have like those friends that would like come over all the time, but they would tell us like, oh, like, you know, your family, you know, like I really feel at home here. Like I feel like your childhood really gave that very homey vibe.
Especially
Homie.
with our parents. Yeah, I love our parents.
Mm-hmm.
They would come here and say like it's their safe place. I don't know. And
No,
then we
even
just
to this
loved-
day.
To this
Yeah,
day.
To this day, like we're all like older. We're like más de 21. I'm not gonna say ages. I won't say numbers. We're all 23. No, but like I remember just maybe 3 years ago, probably, I had a friend, my best friend had come over, and she was having problems at home. And so she's like, "Can I spend the night there?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course, you know, like, of course, however many nights you need." And I remember her staying, and the next day I had to go to school, and like she went with me, you know, because she wasn't going to stay here alone. Like that was weird for her. But she went, you know, we were getting in the car, and she goes, "Wow, your house really feels like a home." And she told me that, and like, you know, especially because she was like having the family troubles, I was like, "You feel that?" Like,
Yeah.
I was thinking,
I know.
like,
My
we were
friend
like,
too. My friend too.
Yeah.
You guys know her. I'm not gonna say her name,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
No, I know.
she's like, "Let me move in with you." Like,
oh,
like let
she
me have that
basically
storage room.
had for a bit.
She's like, "Let me have that storage room."
Oh yeah.
Well, you know
And
what?
you know what? She's not the only person who tells me that. She's other people are like, oh, like, dude, like I'll pay rent, but I just can't live in my house. Like, yeah, they just love me here.
Which I feel really grateful for, definitely, because it's like, and I feel like you can't say that about a lot of people. Because I'm honestly like really grateful, like my parents, like to be able to help make that feel to the other people. It's nice.
Well, and you know, it's funny that like we're saying in our family sounds like, oh my god, it's the perfect home, perfect family. Like
No,
by
not
no
like it
means.
is.
Not good.
Yeah, like we all have, like every family has, ¿cómo se dice? Skeletons in their closet. No,
That shit does. I'm just kidding.
no, we like nos regañaban y también nos pegaban y todo. But
Oh
like,
yeah. La trauma que empecé a decir. I'm just kidding.
To a certain age, they stopped.
No, yeah. I feel like they learned.
Dude, I was
They
like,
learned with us. I'm just kidding.
I was 15 the last time que me pegaron con el cinto.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't
dude, like I
remember.
was big.
Okay, I was
That is pretty big.
actually, yeah.
Yeah, I bet you're a whole quinceañera and like
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. But no, I feel like my parents, they did, like you said, you know, we're so grateful for them. They did so much. Like sometimes I stop and think and it's like my mom and dad left their homes, their families at like 18, 19, 20, like super young, you know? And I feel like my age, you know, my 23 años, más 5, I feel like I'm married and everything and I still live at home. And so I feel like, I don't know if I'd be able to move to a different country.
Yeah, no.
You know, I can barely leave to a different city, let alone a different
Yeah,
country.
dude.
No, I
You know?
agree. No, y menos teniendo hijos, güey. Like, that's crazy. Like, them being
Yeah,
our
they were
age, like,
strong.
our age.
Like strong.
They're built
I
different.
couldn't do that.
I know, I feel like everyone's parents, I feel like that was a whole generation because I feel like I know a lot of people whose parents kind of did the same thing. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Like, it was just a movement or something.
seriously.
And now we're all wanting to go back. After all
You
their
know, we
sacrifices.
can't buy a house here.
I know, seriously. You know what's crazy to think about too? How we all grew up with the same parents. They all raised us pretty much the same. But at the same time, like it's different. Because I feel like with me, they were so much more strict than they are with you guys. And then they were so different with like our brother, because we have an older brother.
Yeah.
And he's 2 years older than me. But like I feel like they treated him so much differently than they did me because he was a boy and I was a girl. But then like us 3 girls, I feel like they treated us so differently. Like I don't know why.
I don't know either, honestly. I feel like,
I
yeah.
feel like me and you kind of
Took
were
the
very
hardest?
far off getting
Oh.
treated in a certain way versus you.
That's true.
You were like
I kind of feel
the
the same.
prodigy
Honestly,
child, the angel child.
No, I actually
And I
totally
feel like
agree with
a
that.
lot of families have that.
No, I totally agree.
La Angelita.
Sí, la Angelita.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I feel
Yeah,
like
nosotros
never...
nos gustaba, like, not even that we were bad, we just were more like, we like to have our fun, I feel like. I mean, obviously not now you. You do too, but
I always had my fun and they never told me anything. But she tried to have her
But
fun
I do
too.
the same
But then
thing.
you were younger when we were trying to do the same thing as me. So
Even when I was older, though. Even when I was like...
Even now.
Even now till this day.
No, it's definitely true. Like when
We all just got raised different, I feel like.
no, but we were like raised the same.
The
is
same,
thing.
but different.
Like same house, but like they kind of treated us differently. But like we were raised the same. Like I think we had the same rules.
The same rules.
It was just like the way they applied them.
Okay.
Was different. Just because, okay, example. Like me, I wasn't allowed to wear heels or makeup until I was 15. And that was like, or nails. I couldn't do any of that because it was like I had to wait until my quinceañera. And you guys, they were more lenient. You know, like, yeah, you guys had to wait, but it's like, oh, se va a poner para una fiesta? Okay, it's fine, let her. You know, or like...
We were not allowed.
No,
we just
we
did it
weren't
behind
allowed.
their... We just did it.
I don't know.
We were not
No, even
allowed.
then, I actually don't even remember. I don't remember.
No, I feel like
I
I remember that I would be mad because it's like, oh my god, I can't believe you guys made me wait, and like she's over there like wearing heels, she's over there this and that, and like they were not asked.
Our heels were short and ugly.
It does not matter, sis. I wasn't even allowed to wear short and ugly. Like,
No, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Like there were stricter
you know,
terms like that.
and like yeah, you guys had the same rules, but they were just applied differently. They made exceptions and things like that, or like
yeah, exceptions.
yeah, and like wanting to go out, like if I went out Friday, I was not allowed to go out Saturday. If I went out Saturday, I was not allowed to go out Sunday.
My dad literally just told me that, like, I kid you not, like 2 months ago. He's
Oh,
like,
yeah, he
you
did.
can't go out every weekend. You can't go out every day of the weekend. You have to pick one day. Honestly, like, he said that, and I'm still going out, but like, he did say it, and I'm 21.
No, I definitely, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like me and you, like, he was like
No,
that. Because
yeah.
Natalie, he don't be telling her anything. She can
Nothing
go
at
out
all.
any day, every day, and like.
She doesn't even come home.
I mean, that was back then, but like, yeah, no, I agree. Like,
Or
they were
when you
strict
go out
with
like with your friends, you give them a 5,
oh,
6.
true.
Like,
yeah, y no se ponen like
that's crazy.
los moños conmigo.
Yeah, no, and I had curfew, dude. Let me tell you guys.
And I'll go out. No wait, and I'll go out, and they're waiting on the couch.
Are they?
My mom has. And then she pretends that she's sleeping, and she like opens her eyes.
I remember the story she would tell me too. Like, you have to say it now.
What story?
Like, the reason she would like
Oh my god!
She really was like,
she would get up like Jason, like from
Jason,
Michael Myers. She would get up like this, and
yeah,
like just up as soon as I open
Like
the door.
she's laying down and then out of nowhere.
no, seriously,
Yes! No,
like,
like-
would do.
No, like we've seen it. Like she just
yeah.
That's
Or like, no, like we'll be like, Ma, estás despierta, and she'll not respond.
She'll be like, "¿Qué?"
She'll be like that, or like she'll wait a couple like minutes and be like,
Yeah.
"Ay, I don't
Oh yeah, and then she'll be like, "Ay, nomás iba a agarrar agua."
Yeah.
She's just our courtesy who's all here.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, it's so funny.
fine.
But even then, she's not like strict. She just kind of
Now
she's
she's
just a little nosy sometimes. Obviously,
Yeah.
in the house, and she's like, "Mom," but like, si le gusta saber sin preguntar.
yeah.
No, I was just gonna say like at least she just waits for you there, you know, and like it's kind of funny. Like me, I remember one time they gave me a curfew of like I think it was like 10 or 10:30 or something. I got home at 11. Like literally it was not even an hour after the curfew they gave me. You know what they did? They fucking locked the door. They locked the door on me, like de enfrente y de atrás, and like I couldn't get in. And then I'm knocking, and you know what my dad does? He goes in the window. He's like, "That's what you get for like we're not opening the door." And he was just gonna let me out there. So I went through the back gate, and we had a little, I don't know if you guys remember, like a blue-green little table, like a picnic
Yes!
one. I
Oh my
slept
God.
on that.
I did not.
I did.
That is such a humbling experience.
No, one time that you think you had it bad. One time my dad changed the entire lock.
No,
on
he
me.
changed them on me too. Yeah, he changed the whole house.
Now you guys bonding with
He changed the entire lock. I remember I tried to put the key in and I was like, "What the hell?" I called my mom and she's like, "Oh yeah, like it's well, they let me in to be honest, but my mom got the door for me, not my dad."
Oh yeah.
I know my mom was
changed the
there.
lock on
"Déjala
me."
entrar, pobrecita, ¿cómo va a dormir afuera?" I love my mom. She real one for that.
No, she was
That was real.
No, para que aprenda. Like, ¿qué aprendí? Aprendí que no me quieren.
You learn how to survive in the wild.
Literally, I was like, what if coyotes jumped in from the backyard? Birds start picking at me at night.
That's so funny.
No, it was literally, yeah. I'm like, it's so stupid.
No,
But-
yeah.
No,
I cannot relate.
You cannot relate.
I cannot relate.
Yeah.
No, if anything,
yeah.
al contrario. My dad would be like, "Natalie, I'm gonna leave the door open for you, okay?"
Sí, no, actually, he would message me that. But like, ¿me puedes dejar saber cuando llegues? Es que yo me quiero dormir. Or like, que te voy a dejar la puerta abierta. Or like, but yeah, he would have never like told me all that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, damn.
Oh my god.
That's crazy. Well, and then it's like, you know, when we, like, that's kind of, I feel like the experience we had, like, as teens growing up, and, like, now, we know what else is, like, I've noticed that, like, Mexican moms, and I've seen other people talk about it. I've seen, like, how Mexican moms, will, like, favorite their son. Like, if they have a boy, it's always like, ¿qué quieres, mijo? ¿Qué hago por ti? Like, lo que tú quieras. Oh, sí te perdono. Like, no te preocupes, tú haz cochinero, yo limpio.
And
Like,
to this day.
yeah. Like, I remember growing up, we both had chores, but I feel like they never implemented him for him, really. Like, if he didn't do it, it's like, oh, well, he didn't do it. Oh, well. And it's like, if I didn't do it, no puedes salir, porque no barriste, no limpiaste el mueble, no no limpiaste el patio, no, like, whatever. And it's like, see, like, he didn't throw the trash away. Oh, it's okay. I got it. Like, and I hated that, like, what is it called? The gender...
Double standard?
Double standard.
Double standard.
Like,
That's so huge. In
like,
Mexican households.
Yeah.
double standards are so big and they're so annoying because it's like...
Or it's even kind of machismo, no? Like
Yeah.
the girls have to do everything, all the work, and home household things, but...
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, that's kind of like what I had growing up. I feel like you guys didn't even have like the chores that they really implemented. Like we had a chart, but I feel like you guys were never really made to do them.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, we did get our
I remember
allowance.
mopping.
I agree. We had to do like
Oh yeah,
things to
we
do
did
to get like $5 a week.
Oh, but you know what?
We were like 5.
No, I know.
You know what? I remember getting allowances. I would get mi domingo, which was $5, and then I would get lunch money, which was like $20 every week. So it's like $25 a week. And I remember like I would go to school and other kids wouldn't get that. Like they wouldn't get lunch money. They wouldn't. And like I remember feeling so bad that I would literally spend my lunch money on them, like if they wanted chips or a drink or something, because I'd be like, like their parents don't give them, you know, like like, and I have literally $20 every week, and like I'm not gonna spend $20 on chips and drinks every week, like
right.
And so I would always
that's
like,
a lot.
yeah, me
That's
and
a lot.
Robert,
Especially in that time. Como que las cosas antes, like, eran like.
Well, you can buy a bag of
Cheap,
chips and a drink for $1 each.
Right, but
yeah,
back
now you can't do that.
then, no, for sure, no. That's what I'm saying. Like that was a lot then, like back then.
Yeah,
that actually kind of reminded me. So I remember like when we would go to the mall, when the mall was here, like literally it would be like a couple Sundays in a row. My dad would like, we would go to Charlotte Russe, so we would get clothes.
Oh my god, he would take us shopping so much.
Yeah, he would take us shopping a lot during that time. Like when we were younger, so I'm like,
remember like going to school, like he would give us all like $200 or $300 something each, and he had 4 kids. Like that's a lot of money to just throw out. Like you know, he was like, buy your school stuff, buy your clothes, your shoes, and like, you know what? That's something I can say I'm super grateful for that. We always started school with new clothes, new shoes, new everything.
Like, new utensils, like no utensils.
No, it wasn't plastic silverware. It was silverware.
Utilities or
just like pens and pencils.
Like pens, pencils,
school supplies.
School supplies.
Yeah, we always like had new ones, and it's like I remember when we got to after like the recession hit, like we were affected by it, and I remember after that he'd be like, no more new stuff, you know, every year, like not for everything, and like we would go through our notebooks. We literally had dozens of brand new, unused, unopened notebooks that we would just leave because we didn't even use them.
Sometimes I go into the office and like if I'm starting a new class, I grab one.
Yeah.
And there's like 3 or 4 pages that are taken up. I just take them out.
Yeah.
Dude, and you know what? We didn't even get like the chapitas one. We would get like the 5-star. Like dude, the marca.
Yeah, and then the pens, like they weren't even like the ghetto ass pens you find like you know at the G2s. Restaurant. Yeah, they were the G2s. You know, if you know.
Oh yeah. And you know what? I think we get that from our dad because he'd be liking some marca stuff like el sí.
Yeah, he also made a shopaholics.
Yeah,
I think.
for sure.
Yeah, my dad's always been like he doesn't shop a lot, but when he does, it's like nice. He's like
it lasts him long time. Like really, really good investments. I feel like
he's very much like quality over quantity. Like he will take like he will buy one jacket and it'll cost him like $500, but he won't buy another jacket for like 10 years. Like
not as Shein girls. I just
I know for real. Now you wearing my Shein.
Girl, that is code 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is
I know. And I also remember growing up.
We had pets, chameleons, hamsters, birds.
What?
They were cool.
Why would I remember that?
I used to grab them and they were like kind of slow, and then you would
let
a faucet them, and their hair.
Oh my god, yeah, that's like the cutest thing.
Guys, I don't remember.
They would try to grab onto water.
No, yeah,
it was so cute. You don't remember these chameleons? They were cool. They would actually change color, like actually in front of your eyes.
I don't remember him having a chameleon. What the heck?
Remember his birds?
I remember his birds. He has so many birds. He has cockatoos.
I had a peach-faced lovebird that died.
I had a hamster.
Maxie,
also died.
my trash.
Well, I remember I was going to talk about our first dog.
Yeah, let's talk about the dogs, because
I think the dogs are like the dearest to our hearts.
Oh,
like I think we always grew up with dogs. Like my dad loves little animalitos.
Tell me why I had a dream with them like a couple of days ago. I stay dreaming with them. It's so funny. Like they're just around the house, and I'm like, what? Like what are you doing here?
We'll Google it later.
Yeah.
Hey Siri.
I feel like we are so many families. I feel like they don't let their kids have dogs because no lo saben cuidar, and it's so true. Like thinking back, I feel like we did not know how to take care of Patrash. Patrash was our first dog's name, little Chihuahua, and I kind of feel bad because he literally like loved us so much, and I feel like we didn't give him the love he deserved because we didn't know, like we were too little, you know. And then we had like 3 other dogs. We had like 5 other dogs. We had like Princess, Chiquita. We had Cookie, Maxie. I think is like the next dog that like was our family dog. Like we had all the other dogs, but they weren't like our family dogs. Like we didn't take them out.
Speak for yourself.
No, they weren't like our family
Princess
dog.
was a family one.
I feel like we didn't take care of them like we took care of Maxie.
But that's
Well, because
because
you
we
guys are
were
so biased.
no, we were younger too. We're not gonna take out Princess when we were like 5 years old.
I see 5-year-olds taking their
We didn't
dogs
even
out.
think about it though. But that's because the parents encouraged them. Our parents, no, déjalos. You're gonna be taking care of them. What are we gonna do? Take care of them?
Yeah.
Like all by ourselves.
My dad, take care of them. Oh no, mejor no lo llevo. Like no, I feel like you guys could have taken
And no,
care of them.
when we were older, we did take
care of
Cookie.
them. We took out Cookie
Yeah,
to play.
Cookie.
Princess
But
Brenda
we
was
did
too. Dude, we were too.
We
were way too young. We didn't even think about like how it would be taking care of a dog out. But when we were a little bit older and Cookie was still around, we did
Yeah,
take her to
we
the
did take
lake.
them both.
Eso sí.
We would take her out.
Yeah, but I feel like you know, with the other dogs, you know, like Princess and
I know.
Chapel.
I still
Okay,
feel so
Chapel,
bad for them.
yeah.
I feel so
like
bad.
I just feel like they didn't get the life they deserve. Like
I wish
thinking back.
we could have done more for them. I wish I could have done more
Yeah.
for them.
And,
But
like-
I didn't even know like dogs could have that good of a life.
Yeah, well, even Maxie, like I feel like could have had a better life. Like he had a decent life, but like Tel también, like we never took him on walks. Like
Because
my
he didn't
mom,
want to.
my mom
He was-
showered him like once a year. Like what kind
Wow.
of life is that for a dog? You know,
Yeah.
like I wish we would have known better. And like I'm sure my mom probably told us and we just didn't listen. But like I don't know, thinking back, and it's just so sad.
So
but
sad.
Coconut here has the life he deserves and more. Look at him.
Literally.
And he's the biggest brat for it. Because our
He
other
is
dogs
so-
loved us so much. They were so
Like,
loyal to
literally,
us.
yes.
And this guy, no, he'll run away and not think about us.
Oh, you love us.
No, actually, leave it like that. Our other dogs loved us more than he did. I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like
And I
It's
think
just-
that's
it
just
was
like
just
makes
his
you feel worse.
personality.
I know it makes us feel
Yeah.
stop.
But at the same time, like, to my parents, those dogs had it good because they lived indoors. Back in Mexico, the dogs, if you know, they're not living like that great
Indoors.
either.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Well, they had good food too. My dad would get the expensive food for them. So, I mean, at least they ate good. Yeah. Well, and then, like, what else, like, growing up, you know? Is there things that, like, you would change about your childhood?
I don't know.
Let it out, let it out.
I know, right?
Be
Me
a
para uncover my trauma.
Let this be a therapy session.
Well-
you could change one thing about your childhood.
No, I mean I can't think either. Like what something I would change. I think I would probably change like the. I mean, it wasn't as dramatic as someone said, but like the way like our parents would treat us back then. I don't know.
What do you mean treat us?
Not treat us.
How
treat
did
us.
you change that?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if that's something I would change because not something I can change.
You know what you should change? Never mind.
No, I mean, if you could change that.
You know what you should have changed one time? When you left me all alone in Fiesta Mall parking lot.
That was a long time ago.
I know.
Well, exactly, we're talking about our childhood. It's all a long time ago.
My childhood, I feel like... I don't know. I feel like I'm going to cry if I say it. It's kind of sad.
Let it out.
I don't want to cry.
Just say it.
It's okay,
And it's very real.
Yeah.
Cut my part out though.
You go first.
Okay, let's all cry.
Let me just drink some water.
Like,
I don't know, actually. It's because I feel like I was always silly and goofy.
What would you change? Start with you.
Actually, I was just thinking about it as you guys were thinking about it. And I was thinking that I was gonna say, like, how strict my parents were. I would change that. But then as I thought about deeper, I was like, you know what? Like, thanks to them being how they were, I feel like it made me who I am. And I feel like had they been not as strict or whatever, I mean, I feel like anything could change, you know? It's like those movies you watch where one little thing changes the whole course.
Butterfly effect?
Yeah, the butterfly effect. Like, it just, I feel like if they were not strict or if they had said yes one day to something that they said no to, like, my life literally could be so different. Like, I, you know, could be not here. Like, I don't know what I would be doing. And so I feel like I wouldn't change anything.
Yeah.
I agree with that actually. Like you say it out loud.
Same. No, I didn't. Well, I remember in the moment I'd be like, dude, like, you're so strict. Like, everyone else's parents are so cool and, like, they let them do whatever they want. But then, like, I don't know if I should say it. They're gonna watch, but, like,
They don't watch.
they're all pregnant. Like, they don't have their own house. And it's, like, nothing wrong with that, but, like, I couldn't do that.
It's not the one you want for yourself.
It's not the life I want for myself, and even if like it were to happen, I'm not mentally strong enough to do that. Like I couldn't have a baby and like not be married or like not have a house for my kids. I don't know. I feel like I just wouldn't be able to live like that. I would.
No, you're so real for that. You're so real for that because I was thinking it, but like,
Well, you know, it's
And
funny
like
you say that.
kids are a blessing, sure, but like I feel like me personally, if my parents weren't strict on us, I'd probably be having a baby too, which I'm not ready for. I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of like just crazy to think about how you said the butterfly effect.
Well, and when I was saying the butterfly effect, I wasn't even thinking about like pregnancy or kids. You know what I was thinking of?
Like
it's like something worse. Like I was like,
like being kidnapped or like molested or raped or anything like that.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I was thinking when you said
like,
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like literally like had they, you know, like I always wanted to go to bailes and like I don't know places in Phoenix, and like we're not exactly in Phoenix. It's like 30 minutes, and so. I remember I would get so mad because they'd be like, how are you going to go to Phoenix? Like, you don't know what type of people are there, like, the kind of events they are. And I was like, 15, 16.
They would say, like, there's drunk men there. We don't know how they are. You don't know who they are or how they are.
And it's like, yeah, like, what are two 15-year-old girls going to do, you know?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh my God, we're 15. We're so old. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, we just won't get near them. But it's like, you literally don't know. Anything could happen. Like, had they said yes, like, one time, like, anything could have happened.
Yeah.
Literally.
Like, and so... Like now I'm thinking again, and I feel like if I would change something, it wouldn't be like them being strict. It would probably be the way I was with them.
Oh,
what do you mean?
That's good. What do you mean? No, I so good.
Like because I feel like
you guys are done. Like
we got so mad. Like you know when they would say no to us, but it's like really they were looking out for us.
Like I'd be so disrespectful, like yell back, berrinches, like get like just all these things. You know, like I feel like I would change the way I was, because like why was I like that? You know, like no ganaba nada, like they were not going to change their minds, like yo nomás ganaba hacer corajes, like you know what I'm saying? And what was the reason? So I feel like if I could change
what was the reason? I was thinking that. I'm just gonna say my stuff out loud next time.
That's what the podcast is.
I know, but
talk your truth, talk your shit.
No, but yeah, like so I guess if I could change anything, it would be the way I was.
You were I guess like apart from the parents, also as the youngest, and I don't know, now you're the middle child. People say that the middle child will have it the hardest.
Yeah, I'm middle child too.
And middle children or whatever have it the hardest, or like they overlook you guys. But I don't know. I feel like you guys have different experiences. But for me, as the youngest child, I remember like I would try to do more to get your guys' approval. You know what I mean? More than my parents. Yeah.
Oh.
And like. I don't know, when you guys are mean to me or like, I don't know exactly. I can't think of like a specific moment, but I like always wanted to feel included with you guys, always being the youngest, and like, I don't know, it's just very different for me, I feel like. Versus you, maybe you're the oldest, you seem more of like a protective
I'm not even the
role.
oldest
girl, but like that's, a girl is different than a boy brother. You're the oldest of our siblings, but like my brother's a guy, and like it's not the same, it's a different kind of bond. You versus him, just because you're a girl.
I know, and I feel like we. Now it feels like we grow up more with you because we see him less.
Yeah,
like
and me and my big brother have a like basically 10-year age gap, like 9 years. So like, what am I gonna talk with him about that? Like I won't. You know what I mean? And it's cool having a sister so close, because I know there's also single children. But for me, I don't know. That's like besides the point. I don't know how to word it. I don't know how to word it at all. Being like the youngest, I just feel like I'd be like, oh, like do this with me, do that with me. You guys are like older, and like no, like you're a little girl. You know what I mean?
Well, that reminds me of when she was
you guys are basically doing that to me.
Well, no, it actually just reminded me of like it was like very bittersweet, I guess you can say, like memory of like her when she would be so like she would cry when she wanted to be older, and like it just reminded me of like that, because it's like, oh, like you know what she was going through.
But it's so funny because I'm on the complete other side. Like I said, I'm not the oldest, but I feel like regardless of me being the oldest or not, I feel like the pressure has always been on me.
Like, and that's not even just with us. That's with the whole family for some reason. Like it is. Like we all kind of rely on you, and I don't know why.
Yeah, no, seriously, I feel like it's not just like you guys.
I feel like you're about it.
No, I feel like even like my parents like be relying on me, like expecting me, and like I think expecting is a word. It's just like I'm expected to plan things, to be there, to fix the problems, to be the mediator. Like I feel like I'm expected.
Like when I had my birthday party was a great example. My dad would be like, oh, like Ale, like this and that. My mom would be like, oh, Ale, dile la Ale, or like. My friends would be like,
my brother.
Hey, where's my sister?
Dude,
you're not my mom.
Yeah, for real.
like when the police showed up, Robert went to look for me. Like my dad went to look
They
for
went to
me.
look for me too.
Steph
I was like,
went to
what am I
look for
gonna
me.
do?
They were like, Ale, the police is outside.
Like,
What's that got to do with me?
Yeah, exactly. What that got to do with me? Like, did I call them? Like, did they?
We have the same thoughts, babe.
I'm like,
we
did-
do. We do.
I'm like, did they ask for me specifically, or like, what's going on? You know, like, why you calling me? Just kidding.
Yeah.
No, but then like, just literally for everything, it's like, oh, Ale, Nims is outside. Like, you know, whatever. Go
Where's
get her.
Nims? Where's that?
Yeah, it's like, Ale, like Natalie's really drunk. Go get her.
Oh my god.
I'm like, and then
It's
like,
supposed to be like that.
dude, at the end, Robert was like, "Oh, Ale, are you gonna tell people to leave?"
Like, how was that your job?
Like, it's not my party.
Yeah,
Yeah, like, it's
that's
not my
really funny.
party. He was like, "Well, like someone's got to tell."
Dude.
me." And I'm like,
That's really funny. I was
Sorry,
like,
you did not sign up for that. I am
no,
sorry.
literally, like your party is a perfect example, but just like everything overall, like
Yeah.
if we're gonna go on a trip, if we're gonna.
Ale, where are we staying? Ale, where are you gonna stay at? So we can stay in the same place.
Ale, what days? Ale, did you book? Ale, like,
that's
it's
so
like the
true.
guy. Do I put my social security? Or is that social security? Literally, that's exactly how I feel
Oh my
like
God.
everyone asks me things, and it's like bro, like I don't know. I didn't even.
you know what? I appreciate you for that.
Yeah.
I didn't even like ask to take this role on, and like honestly, sometimes I'm like I'm done. I'm not taking this role, but then I feel like if I don't take it, like
Who's gonna do it?
like shit's not gonna get done.
Aw.
No, but no, it's, yeah, I can appreciate you being the youngest and feeling like the opposite. Not the opposite, but you know, like
Like I'd be like, oh, go out with me. Like I'll do this for you.
approval, wanting approval.
Or like,
Yeah, yeah, and I feel like you
or just
were,
someone to spend time with.
you were like wanting approval, and I was like you were wanting like everyone is needing approval for me for everything else. So I'm like I'm the other end of like approval. Like,
yeah.
what are your guys' family like? Like pelean, se llevan bien, like are you guys close? You know what they say, like blood is thinner than water. What is
You think
that?
you're better than us? I'm just kidding.
Do you? No, just kidding. No, like we're not perfect by any means, like we said earlier. But like, what are your families like? What was it like growing up for you guys? Like, se iban con tus hermanos. Like, did you get along then? Do you get along now? Like, do you guys still have a relationship? What about your parents?
How'd you guys grow up?
Did you
Do
guys,
you guys
have?
have pets that could have been treated better?
Do you regret anything growing up?
You think you should have been nicer to your parents?
What about your sister?
I know.
Middle one specifically.
Thanks for watching my podcast, PlaticAle 3. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and follow me on my social channels and follow my sisters too.